Howdy folks, today we're playing Black-White Exile in Aetherdrift Standard. This deck is built around Ketramose, the new Dawn, a new card from Aetherdrift. It's a 3-mana, 4/4 menace lifelink, indestructible. It can't attack or block unless there's 7 or more cards in exile. And whenever you put one or more cards in exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose a life. So the entire deck is built around exiling things from Legion to Ashes, Temporary Lockdown, Soul Partition, Lay Down Arms, Ghost Vacuum, Anoint with Affliction, Outrageous Robbery, Cease, all very good, all have exile clause. Deathly Cover Up is a spell that doesn't destroy your Ketramose because it doesn't exile, coincidentally, but it also has exile-based effects with it. You can exile a card to collect evidence, and you can also exile an opponent's card from their graveyard. You'll notice there was a lot of swamps in this deck with the plains, the Shadowy Backstreet, and Sunlit Marsh. That's 16 plains. Those would go with your laydown arms to make exiling more effective. And Legion to Ashes and Anoint with Affliction are your best exile-based single target removal spells. Anoint with Affliction gets creature if it has mana value 3 or less. Legion to Ashes gets any non-land permanent and all tokens with the same name. This is really good against Manifold Mouse. If they happen to have that, Temporary Lockdown, as I'm sure you're aware of, just exiles everything with 2 or less. The only thing in our deck it hits is the Ghost Vacuum, which is not terribly, it's not going to ruin your game plan. If you exile a Ghost Vacuum, you probably get some value out of it. Point of the Ghost Vacuum is to repeatedly have something to exile with Ketramose, and also it is pretty good in some matchups. Like you can exile Omniscience from your opponent's Omniscience deck if they put it in the graveyard. You can target it specifically when they target it with a reanimation spell. It's nice because Ghost Vacuum's already on the battlefield. You don't have to target it. You don't have to cast a spell where they can maybe counter it or do something. Cease, Desist, a very similar way. Can exile cards from a single graveyard, and then you can draw a card and gain 2 life. So it's a little bit of life gain. Just kind of a cycle spell that also can cycle with your Ketramose, but can also do well against the Omniscience deck. Also has this Destroy All Artifacts and Enchantments clause to it as well, which is really good against like Artifacts Simulacrum decks and can be good against Domain decks. Yeah, that's the plan of the deck. Have some Fountainports in there to use as a mana sink. I don't expect this deck necessarily to be amazing in Standard, but it should be good. I think you could win games with it. And most importantly, there's a lot of decisions and it's fun. So it's a way to inject a little bit of fun into Standard, and let's see that holds up on the ladder. Alright, opponent's going first, and this is a pretty slow hand, but it does have a lockdown to help us recover. I think we can keep this. Start off with this deck here. See what our opponent's up to. See what kind of deck we're playing. See if this plan is going to get beat or not. Fabled Passage. I'm not really sure what kind of deck that would be, but if you're playing Fabled Passage, you're probably not really trying to defeat us quickly. So it could be Control, could be our deck, could be Landfall type deck. Hit our opponent with a year ago. Maybe they don't realize they're supposed to be sacrificing their Fabled Passage here. Maybe they just passed and went and got their coffee, came back, and now they're ready to start playing some Magic. Alright, see what color they get. Just gonna maybe inform our decision next turn. Blue mana, but Fabled Passage. Why would you want Fabled Passage in a blue-white deck? I'm not sure, but I don't think we need to keep up Cease Desist this turn. Could definitely be the Omniscience deck, though, and so we'll want it next turn, potentially. Okay, it does seem to be that way. So I think we'll want to keep up the Cease Desist. Confounding Riddle. It's a counterspell they don't have here. And if they do play something here, I think then we'll play the Ketramose in response. Chart, of course, unless they discard the Omniscience here, clearly. If they do, then we'll want to Cease. Keep Cease up. Okay, no, they discarded a land. No Omniscience in the graveyard. You can reanimate this Invasion of Arcavios, but I'm not too scared about that. So I think we're, going to get a Ketramose onto the field here. That way, when we Cease Desist or lay down arms, we can gain some value. If they play this Picklock Prankster, we're going to lay down arms it. Opponent might have a bouncer removal spell for Ketramose, that's fine. Okay, opponent's gonna pass. We will play this Ghost Vacuum. If they have a confounding riddle, I think they'll use it here to really inform what our opponent's hand looks like, because it's really good against them. So, okay, Ghost Vacuum gone, pass the turn. We do have the Cease Desist still for when they do try to go for the Omniscience. Archive, see if they've been a Omniscience or not. I mean, that's like the nut. Well, they keep it on top. If it was Omniscience, it would have milled it though, so I don't think they're going to mill this turn. I don't know why it looks like that. That was weird. So they kept an Invasion of Arcavios. I don't know why you wouldn't have just milled it though. Right? Okay, no Omniscience still there. Fabled Passage. Yeah, let's sack. And we can get Swamp. Playing's fine. Two black I think is good enough. Go ahead and pass. The opponent played some Pranksters and we could start exiling and doing stuff. They need to get an Omniscience in the yard. No Omniscience there. Okay, they can put the Ketramose back in our hand. Okay, so they have the Prankster. Fine by us. We can lay down arms it. Draw a card. That's what we'll go ahead and do. Draw a card, lose a life. Get a card into exile, Legion of Ashes. Pass the turn. We're just kind of playing this game with a Cease Desist here. Philology Archaeologist, okay, that's another thing we can exile. No Omniscience. They do get the Invasion of Arcavios. Another Prankster, do your thing. I think we want to draw a card here. Let's hit the Prankster, sure. And that Prankster counted as a card in exile earlier, so that's why we only still have 2 exiled. Legion of Ashen's fine. Keep this Cease Desist up. Problem is, now our opponent's getting to a point where they can Confounding Riddle and Omniscience, but it's not in their graveyard yet, so it can't happen this turn. Yep. Invasion. See what they put in their hand. Instant or sorcery card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent might just cast Omniscience eventually. Should be a little scary. Season of Weaving. Okay. Go to our turn. Try to Legion to Ashes. This Philology Archaeologist. Draw a card. That Ghost Vacuum would have been pretty good, but not good enough. Alright, so they can Season of Weaving to draw cards. We're just going to turn to our hand. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just plan to play that next turn. They're planning to bin an Omniscience. We have a Cease Desist for that. I'm assuming they almost assuredly have a way to get it into their hand. Yep, we'll go ahead and exile it. And what else do we want to exile? Probably this Confounding Riddle. We'll gain 2 life and draw a card. Now we are out of ways to disrupt them, though. Certainly fake like we have it. In the moment of truth. They have another one here. We're in trouble. So let me full control to make them think we have something. Okay, did not bin an Omniscience. Another moment of truth. They do put something in the yard here, though. Can't reanimate it. We can deadly cover it up. Though this confounding riddle that we exiled. Countering spell with opponent pays 4. So we cannot play a deadly cover up and pay for the confounding riddle, unfortunately. Chart a course. Okay, fine with that. Certainly fine with that. Okay, let's plan to deadly cover up, collect some evidence, do this cease desist, submit, exile the omniscience, opponent's library, get 2 more omniscience. The other one should be in exile. Let's see what's in their hand. They have Seasons of Awakening. Okay, these things that aren't really that good without it. In their library, some archaeologists, graveyard, a bunch of stuff. Can we lose without this? I don't think we can. So we have 4 omniscience there. We can attack with our Ketramose. Yep, they can. As far as dispersal lasts, sure. Yep, we'll pass the turn. I'm gonna discard a lockdown. No lockdowns? I don't think we need those. Not sure what our opponent's plan is to beat us. They just want Abuelo's Awakening. We're gonna Soul Partition whatever they get back, I think. Power the deadly cover up. Opponent might not have been expecting it from us there. Draw a card, return each non-land non-material token permanent to his hand. Okay, we don't have any of those, so they're just gonna get their invasion back. Opponent has 13 cards left. Let's get that swamp. With a Miser Swamp. Play Ketramose. Could exile Abuelo's Awakening. We probably should be exiling something. I'm not really sure what it would be, though. With this deadly cover-up. Abuelo's Awakening. Do we want to get rid of this invasion? I don't really know. Let's exile this deadly cover-up and a lockdown. Actually, just 2 lockdowns is fine. So we can draw a card. And let's exile the Awakenings, I think. They're all in our opponent's hand. They're going to get a whole new grip. Okay, library. They just have some like creatures and stuff. Yeah, nothing crazy. I don't know how our opponent expects to beat us, but I'm sure we'll find out. They have 9 cards in hand. Okay. Library, graveyard, and or outside the game. For instance, source a card you own, reveal it. I mean, they have something in their sideboard. Their graveyard, they can get back a Season of Weaving. Okay, they can draw cards, but I'm not scared of it. Okay, let's start with the Ketramose. What do we want to exile now? Could be these invasions. Could be the Season of Weaving. I don't really know. I don't know how our opponent can win the game. I'm surprised they were there after we deadly covered up. I suppose it's supposed to be the Season of Weaving. I don't really know. Just to get the 1 copy out of their hand. I'm not sure. Weird game after we exiled their omnisciences, but got the plan, got the job done. GG. Alright, opponent goes first. We have turn 1 vacuum. I think we'll keep this. Concealed Courtyard, Ruin Lurker Bats. Let's vacuum here. They are a descend deck, so they're trying to get into things into the graveyard. Let's all core, okay. We have a robbery, yep. I think we're going to plan to use this Legion to Ashes eventually. This is a Raise the Past deck, I do believe. So, Ghost Vacuum should be good against that. Whenever you gain life, this opponent loses 1 life, okay. Gonna make me lose another life here, yep. So we'll go ahead and Legion to Ashes, the El Core, I believe. Sure. That's fine by us. We have this Ghost Vacuum up to exile it since I sacrificed it. A bats, okay. Yep. Let's get in. Let's exile the Alice Ilcore. Oh, is it Alice Ilcore? I'm not sure. Alright, exile it though, it's fine by us. We have this Fabled Passage for next turn. We might want to Legion Ashes this Cleric. So let's try to do that now. But probably has another way to sack and draw. Yeah, sure. Just want to limit the damage we're taking. Surveil, don't need that. Pass the turn. We have a Deadly cover-up coming next turn. I can exile something. Sure. That is annoying. See you later, Deadly cover-up. Gonna have to Anoint to get it back. Okay, opponent's hitting us all the way down to 8. Alright, let's exile this creature. We have 2 Anoints. Let's go ahead and Anoint the bat here. Just get ours back right now. We'll have black cards in hand. So let's get another black source. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. We have this Anoint up. Have a Deadly cover up back. Sanctifier, yep, that's fine. No creatures in the graveyard. We want to prevent this 2 damage. Okay, they didn't have anything up. That's good for us. Ghost Vacuum. Corrupted Conviction's fine. Good our turn. Question is, can we lose life this turn? Do we need to cover it up? Not sure. They know what our hand is, so... Yeah, let's just go ahead and wipe the board, I think. Get rid of a couple of legions. And I think we want to get rid of these sanctifiers. 2 raise the past in our opponent's library, okay. Hand, I mean. Get rid of the sanctifier. Just 1 in the library, none in the graveyard. Maybe that was the reason we should have hit that. Okay, go ahead and pass. Not sure our opponent really wants to raise the past a single Ruin Lurker bat. Ghost Vacuum is putting in work. Vran, yep. That does mean they're not going to Ruin Lurker bat this turn, though. With the raise the past, so that's good at least. They're going to Mudflat Village. That's fine by us, I think. Yeah, sacrifice a land, sure. We have a robbery. I guess we're planning to use this turn. Let's go ahead and pass. I'm going to take 2 damage. Nothing in their hand is scary right now. To us. Could Fountainport to save a life there, but I think we want a robbery, see if we can't hit something to eventually gain life. Yeah, do your thing with the bat. Okay, yep. We're going to pass the ends, hit them for 4 with 4 cards with this robbery. Wow, not a good robbery at all. Get rid of the bat. Cease, desist to draw cards and gain 2 life. Exile cards from our graveyard. Okay, Gorehound is fine. Swamp is good. We want to do this now. Get rid of both of these. We're going to draw a card and gain some life. Ketramose does have Menace, Lifelink, and Indestructible now. That's big. Go ahead and pass the turn. The Raise the Pass isn't doing much. They can hit us in the air for 1, but this certainly is going to be able to block and gain life. Yep, opponent just attacking with the bats. Not even attacking with the bat. Raise the Pass for no value. Okay, let's target them, and wow. They got us close there, but I mean, we are packing a lot of Exile, and kind of the matchup we're looking for. Just kind of hose them out of nowhere. GG's. All right, we do go first. We can have a turn 3 Ketramose, but that would be at the expense of a turn 2 Anoint, I do believe. So we'll see what we need to keep up. See if we can hit on tap land with this Backstreet. Sunlit Marsh is not a good card in general, but if you're gonna play Lay Down Arms, you need those extra planes. So it's good in this deck, but tough to sequence some of our spells if you have a Shadowy Backstreet as well. Let's mill. Man, randomly cease desist. I think we'd keep that. What's on Swamp? Is Hopeless Nightmare maybe? Duress. Yeah, do your thing. Lockdown or Anoint? Which one's more annoying? Anoint. Okay, we'll just Sunlit Marsh. Pass. We have Ketramose coming down next turn. Question is, does our opponent have ways to make us sacrifice creatures? Not sure. Duress. Duress is good right now. Could be anything. I think this is just, we're just going to run out the Ketramose. They have a way to make a sacrifice. They have a way to make a sacrifice. No Shelter's Edict. Scarred Banner is going to gain a life up to 21. No Momentum Breaker so far. Okay. Well, Sunlit Marsh. And if we want to draw with this Ketramose, we have to do it now. That's only on our turn, so let's just go ahead and do it. Draw a couple cards here. Gain a life at the end. Planes, yep, we have the extra Ketramose. That's fine. Just trying to get things in the graveyard, or the exile zone eventually. If they have a Sheldred here, we have 4 planes. Duress, okay. I think we're going to see Lay Down Arms go. Now we're just looking for more ways to exile. Another Cease Desist. That was it. So this is our 1 swamp. Look at the plains here. I think we do want to just keep using Cease as we get them. Try to turn some exile. Soul Partition is a good one. Another Cease is good. Now I think we're going to be fine to just hold on. They play a shelter or something, we'll Soul Partition it. Just, I'm unaware of what our opponent is trying to do here. Beseech the Mirror, okay. They didn't bargain. So they're just tutoring for 4 mana. So this is some sort of combo deck. So hence the duress to take specific cards out of our hand, maybe. Not sure. Yep, go to our turn. Play the Verge. I don't think there's any upside really to doing the Cease Desist right now, so let's pass. Kind of just brace whatever our opponent does here. So they're looking for things in their graveyard. Okay. Sure. So just kind of let them do their thing, see what appears in their graveyard. Valgavoth. Noted. Let's try to take care of that Valgavoth problem. Get rid of a Cease Desist, submit. Target the Valgavoth. Cut down a Ride of the Moth. Get rid of some Valgavoths. So we do have Atraxa we still need to get rid of. The rest of their deck is Atraxa, Overlord, a couple Lilianas. Okay, Atraxas, Overlords, Liliana is all we have to worry about. Legion to Ashes. Can't use that now, unfortunately. Let's go get a Plains with Fabled Passage. We could Cease Desist, but I think we want to use it on a Atraxa. I think it'd be pretty greedy to use Cease Desist right now. Especially when we can Legion this next turn. Draw, discard, they discard. Yeah, if it was Atraxa, we could Cease Desist. Another graveyard deck, kind of. I mean, people are playing a lot of graveyard decks in Standard, and this deck is good into them, so maybe that's another reason to play this one. GG's. Alrighty, opponent goes first. We have a lockdown, Cease Desist. Play on arms. Definitely removal. Relying on this removal here. No Ketramose. Opponent's a Hardfire hero. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to lay the arms down on that one. Probably Backstreet next turn. Lockdown after that. Yep, just trying to find Ketramose, Cease Desist. Don't think is good enough here. See if our opponent just dumps more creatures on. Or not. Nope. Okay, just gonna go with this Everhard Village. It is gonna encourage them to play this Hardfire hero though, which makes our temporary lockdown better. Yep, that's fine by us. Go ahead and lock these down. See if they have another creature. They can give it haste with this Rock-based village. They keep drawing lands. Okay, that'll do it too. It's just a 1-mana spell. Third Heartfire hero. Yep. Coming in as a 3/2. Ghost Vacuum. Cease Desist. Okay, let's Ghost Vacuum. Go ahead and get a Plains while we can right now. Pass the turn with mana up. Let our opponent be a little scared of what we have going on. So our opponent wants to play into this a little wider. Challenger. Okay. See if our opponent attacks. Really, we're trying to dissuade them from using a pump spell here. Because we're fine to take the damage. Okay. Cease Desist. think we would rather do that. Just cycle, gain 2 life, draw a card. Maybe try to hit another lockdown. I think we do want to Ghost Vacuum in case we do draw Ketramose. I think we want to keep it going. I only need 1 cover up for the... Oh, 1 cease desist for the cover up, which we did fine. Yep, and I think we're going to exile the Emberheart Challengers. It'll let us see our opponent's hand as well. We already have 2 other Heartfires exiled, so the Challenger I think becomes the most scary. Okay, yep, opponent is holding big threats in hand. Opponent's hand. We only have 3 Challengers. So they have Manifold Mice, Hard Claw. Okay. Oh, we'd already exiled 1 as well. Okay, that's gonna do 2 to us. Pass the turn. See what they draw. Creature here would be ideal for them. They're just gonna concede there, huh? I mean, they still have a lot of good draws, and we didn't really have much removal there. We could have lost, but opponent just kind of frustrated, and I guess I can understand. GG's. Alrighty, opponent's going first. We have a black mana, cease desist, lockdown, anoint, cover up. Pretty good against creature matchups, potentially, depending how fast they are. Paw Patch Recruit, okay. Let's mill a card. Lid on Arms, that's not bad. I think we just want Ketramose or something though. I don't really see. We have a 1-2. We have a 2-3 curve. Another Paw Patch, yep. Okay, let's just pass the turn. Plan to anoint here if they play a 3-drop. Yep. Go ahead and anoint this. Okay, should have done it after combat. Noted. Forgot about the trigger on Paw Patch Recruit. My bad, y'all. Alright, let's lock them down. They'll cover up eventually. Have another lockdown here if they just GM some more recruits or something. Cease desist eventually. Gear Hulk, okay. See what they get with the bright glass Gear Hulk. Haywire Mite and Dusk Rose Reliquary. Haywire Mite's pretty good. Okay, let's get the other swamp here. Plan to pass. I'm going to take 4 from this bright glass Gear Hulk. And they're certainly going to Haywire Mite or lock down. Interesting. Not quite sure about that one. We're gonna gain some life though. Okay, let's cease. Don't think we want to exile anything right now. Gain some life, draw a card. Okay, let's deadly cover up. Collect some evidence, go to this cease desist, and then try to exile this bright glass Gear Hulk. So now the Haywire Mite doesn't do much. I didn't love our opponent's Shelter by Ghostplay. They just keep Haywire Mite up. They put us in such a much harder spot here. Maybe they thought we wouldn't be playing a Hard Wrath. We'd be playing another lockdown. Okay, get one out of their hand. That's big. Opponent's library 2 more. That means you wouldn't have any in the graveyard. So they have some Overlords in the Mistmoors, the Aether Spark, Sanguine Evangelists, Sandstorm Salvagers, Collector's Cages. Okay, I'm most scared of these Overlords. draw a card. Would like to find a Ketramose or something here. Okay, I think they drew that from one of their 2 cards. Had to have. Yeah, can I get the Shadowy Backstreet? Try to exile something good. I don't think we want a Legion to Ashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd be leaving our opponent with 7 mana. So this is exactly Overlord. It would be bad, but it's pretty bad anyway. So see if they have exactly land Overlord. Okay, so it's a tap land. Another land somewhere else. Okay. I think we're just using it, yeah. Now it's top deck time for us and our opponents. Both of us have good top decks here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes, so we can take about any one creature. 2 creatures though with the Mistmoors. That's a very, very good draw from our opponent there. Have Anoint and Lay Down Arms. Okay, let's just get rid of one of these for now. Hope they don't top deck something absurd. We're just looking for Ketramose to pair with this Anoint. Yep, Impending coming in, good our turn. Cease Desist. Can get rid of those, but I think we really just want to try to draw to something good here. I don't think there's really any point in waiting. Give her a Might and a Paw Patch. Target us. Draw a card, gain some life. Robbery is good. 1, 2 for 5. Okay. I can live with the Robbery for 5. Land there, it's good for us. Yep, go to 6. Impend, sure thing. Let's go for 5. Target them. See what they gave us. Any goodies? Sheltered by Ghosts. Scavenger, or the Salvager. Okay, let's play a Salvager. Let's play the Cage first to see what we hit. That might inform our decision. Okay, we can get a Ketramose in here. We'll go ahead and Salvager. And we'll Sheltered by Ghosts next turn, I think. Go ahead and put a +1/+1 now. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Paw Patch, okay. Offspring it. That's pretty good, actually. See if they use this Dusk Rose Reliquary or not. It doesn't look like they're going to. Okay, Overlord comes down. Our turn. Okay, let's Sheltered by Ghost the Overlord. Targeting this Golem. Exile this. Yep, you can get some counters for sure. On the 4/3, yep, that's fine. The counter here. I think we want to even do it again. So we can gain the most amount of life. So we're going to Sheltered by Ghosts on the Sandstorm next turn to hit this Overlord again. So yeah, we're going to just pass in the meantime, I think. Okay, attack with everybody. Okay, let's Try to prevent some of this damage. Let's exile the Paw Patch recruits. See where they put the counters. Okay. We can save even more life by exiling the 6/5. Yep. They can get their Overlord back. Have to sacrifice their creature to do it, though. Pay the ward. Gets their Mistmoors back. We're going to exile it again, though. Ghost Vacuum is interesting. Yep, exile this here. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Lifelink. I think we're good to pass here. Don't think we want to trade them and give them an Overlord back. But if they attack, we're good to attack back. Need to fade a draw for a little bit. Didn't fade it there, unfortunately. That was a good draw. Okay. Attach the Aether Spark. Yeah, surely they should attack with it. Okay, yep. Okay, let's start exiling target card from our graveyard. What do we have in our graveyard? Any creatures? Yeah, I didn't think so. Paw Patch recruits. Go to our turn. Deadly Cover-Up. It's not that good right now. They can draw cards. We are gaining life, though. Man, opponent has ground through us a little bit. Let's see, we can... Oh, this Mistmore under here is so tough. Okay, let's make it a 5/5, 5/4 at least. I mean, start attacking, gain some life, pass the turn. They can never remove our Sandstorm Salvager. It makes our Deadly Cover-Up a little better. But they also probably have ways to just defeat us. Tower with both, yep. Down to 3. Their own Ghost Vacuum, okay. And a Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Interesting game here. We just need to draw. I have a lot of good draws. Outrageous Robbery is good. Probably wins us the game. You have a few good draws here for sure. So you draw one of our more higher impact cards. Removal spell would be good. Like a Legion to Ashes on the Aether Spark would be very good. Okay, they're going to draw. See what they have. Collector's Cage. Okay. We only have one creature, 2 creatures right now, though. It does make their insect bigger, though. Yep, spread the counters out. Sure thing. Let's go to our turn. Let's exile something, though. Can be this Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think it really matters. Look at our turn. Land is not good. Okay, let's Collector's Cage. Let's get in there. Opponent down to 10. Opponent might have to consider blocking eventually. Fabled Passage, sure. We can get a Paw Patch back at any time. Evangelist. Okay. Just change the math. Okay, let's see what they got under the cage. Overlord, yeah. Opponent's gonna attack and get a bunch of counters in this Aether Spark. Okay, gonna draw some cards. That's fine. Forest. Go to our turn. Let's exile. Sheltered by Ghosts. So we're gonna hope our opponent blocks with the Mistmoors here. If they block with anything else, we're dead. They have to kill a creature, I mean. If they just block with a chump blocker, we'd lose here, I'm pretty sure, yep. So we're gonna get this Salvager back. Or they're gonna get this Overlord back from under our Salvager. And then I suppose we can block it with the creature under Ghost Vacuum if we have enough lands. That's kind of a janky plan, though. But I think that's what we're doing. Cease Desist can go. Yeah, let's get rid of this Overlord, the rest of them in our opponent's deck. They have one in hand. Yikes. Library, none in the graveyard. Get one back, though. We're gonna Ghost Vacuum. We're gonna pass the turn. What are they gonna do on the Overlord? Okay. Sure. Opponent gets in there. Create some insects. That can only be done as a sorcery, and GG's. Alrighty, going first here. Backstreet, Vacuum, Soul Partition, Legion of Ashes. Need another land, but the Backstreet can help us get there. I think we'd rather have this Soul Partition up on turn 2. Keep the land. Meticulous Archive. What deck is this? Not sure. Let's play the Ghost Vacuum and pass. See if this is the Omniscience deck or just blue-white control. Blast Zone, probably blue-white control. So good against Ghost Vacuum too, unfortunately. Okay, no, it is the deck we're afraid of. Okay, Invasion. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this Blast Zone, I guess? Sure. Blast Zone's good against the Ghost Vacuum. That is brutal, let me tell you. Okay, another Archaeologist, do your thing. Another Invasion. They have a lockdown too, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, gonna need to draw a land here, get rid of this Invasion. Black land, ideally. What do they discard? Founding the Third Path. Wow. Quad Legion Ashes. Not what we're looking for, really. They didn't have another land, though. So I guess we're just going to stare at each other like this for a while. Moment of truth. Yeah. We have Soul Partition to unlock a Ghost Vacuum eventually. Dispersal down there. Probably want to get rid of Founding the Third Path. I guess. I don't really know. They can copy instance or sorcery, so when we get the Moment of Truth out. Good our turn. Not a black producing land, unfortunately. We'll pass. We'll have a lockdown here for our Vacuum. If they Blast Zone, we can Soul Partition our Vacuum. Okay, let's Soul Partition the vacuum. Get that back to our hands. Fountainports, that's fine. Don't want to lock it down, we can Legion of Ashes next turn. Vacuum's pretty important to us. Yeah, do your thing. Upside for them is they're going to get to trigger these archaeologists again. Yeah, let's get rid of the Founding a Third Path this time. Yep, see a Ghost Vacuum. Make a fish. Verge, okay, well, don't really have any other play, so doing this. If they hit 2 Omniscience here, we're cooked. Okay, did not hit 2 Omniscience. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Keep the Ghost Vacuum up. It did draw lands. We have Legion of Ashes still. Opponent has tried to get rid of this Ghost Vacuum. Hasn't been successful yet. Like a Cease Desist or a Ketramose or something. Second Ghost Vacuum wouldn't be bad. Okay, draw this card. Okay, I think we're gonna exile that Charter Course. Yeah, we'll block. We'll sack. Draw a card. Cover up. Okay. Cover up's good, but only if they have an Omniscience in the yard. Okay, sure. Archaeologists. Just lands. Charter Course. Yep, I think that's just what we're getting. Cease Desist. That is a good one. Go ahead and pass. We can plan to outrageously rob them next turn as well, or at the end of their turn, depending on what they do, how many cards they mill. Yeah, get in. Do your worst with the Archaeologist. Assume they'll counter this robbery. I mean, there's it's counterspell not going to something else. You could play this invasion, I suppose. It does open them up to a big robbery, though. Okay, I think, yeah, they're just going to go ahead and counter. Nope, I'd like to do that for 4, please. Imagine I'm going to counter whatever it is, but then we can get rid of the counter with the Ghost Vacuum. See the Confounding Riddle. Yep. Pretty standard there. Get rid of the Riddle. Backstreet. Don't need the Marsh. Pass the turn. We can make a treasure with the Fountainports. We can Cease Desist. Got a few options. Deadly Cover Up eventually too. 25 cards in hand. They could play an invasion and try to get rid of it. Be interesting. The Archaeologists are going hard. They cannot find an Omniscience to save their life. Charter Course is going to draw them a few cards, though. Returns. Charter Course, yeah. So that way we don't put counter. Not going to play anything, okay. Get rid of the Picklock Prankster, I guess. Okay, go to our turn after we make a treasure. Anoint. Sure, whatever, that's fine. I think we're just gonna keep up what we have up. This can reanimate artifact or non-aura enchantment. So nothing in the yard right now. I think they're also looking to try to reanimate some stuff. Okay. Okay, there's finally an Omniscience. They know the Ghost Vacuum's going after it, though. Yeah, start attacking. Do your thing. Okay, do we want to exile it though? They have this confounding conundrum, so this deadly cover-up is not going to resolve. So yeah, let's just exile it. Yeah, let's get rid of an Omniscience. Opponent might be trying to cast one at this rate. Make another treasure. And we'll get rid of one of these to speed up our clock. Or slow down their clock, rather. Sure, they thought about doing something else. They could chart a course here. Decided they don't want to. Lockdown, not good here. Let's try to draw. So we can hit a land drop. Deadly cover up. Sure. Can be good eventually. Has to be some Omniscience in hand. And they're just gonna stare at me until they play enough lands to play on Omniscience? Not sure. It's just kind of a boring game. Both of us are staring at each other because this Ghost Vacuum we were able to resolve. They could be trying to set up temporary lockdown into Ghost Vacuum, but temporary lockdown I'm not sure even helps them that much. Sure, I mean, can't do anything about that, so what are you gonna go get? Library Graveyard for instant sorcery. Okay. I mean, there's no really instant sorcery you want in here. Can't get into lockdown with it. You're just getting a card out of your deck. Could be another confounding riddle, I guess. Just to try to counter stuff even more. Season of Weaving. Okay. Can bounce or Ghost Vacuum, I suppose. Yep. Does 1 damage. Let's go ahead and exile this Prankster, I suppose. I guess it doesn't really matter. Go to our turn. They have to discard. Do they discard an Omniscience? They do. Bad news for our opponent, though, is that we are going to cover up the Omniscience. And exile Legion, Soul Partition, and Anoint. Get rid of this Omniscience. Get rid of the 2 in their hands. Okay, so their hand is season, blah, 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 nothing much. The library, what do they have? Invasion Arcavios, nothing much. Okay. They can draw a little bit, no big deal. We'll go ahead and pass. So they're gonna Season of Weaving, but I don't know what it does. You get your Omniscience, your core combo piece exiled. I'm not really sure what else you have to do against it, against what we have. We have a Cease Desist in hand too, and yeah, opponent decides they can't do anything against it. we were running pretty hot. Came in with some good matchups though, I suppose. But GG's. Let's hit the wrap up. Alrighty, I'm here with a wrap up for Ketramose, Orzhov Exile, and the deck I think is in a solid spot right now. There are a lot of graveyard centric decks because people aren't punishing that in best of one right now. So we played against the Omniscience deck a few times. There was I think it was Golgari graveyard centric deck. A few different decks that are trying to utilize the graveyard that we can punish here, which is pretty good with your Ghost Vacuums and your Deadly Cover Up and your Cease Desists. We just have 10 sort of ways to naturally hit on the graveyard. So I think if you're seeing a lot of those, this is actually a good deck to target those. Outside of that very specific metagame, though, I don't think this is the deck that you're just going to run into mono red aggro, let's say, a bunch, because they're going to be faster. I mean, you have draws where you can win. You have Temporary Lockdown, Lay Down Arms, Anoint Affliction if you're on the play. You can beat mono red, surely. But it's not a deck I'm trying to play every time. Blue-white control, I don't know really how you beat blue-white control with this deck, to be honest. I mean, just try to squeeze them with a robbery somehow if you can engineer a game state where they can't counter an outrageous robbery. But other than that, if you're playing against control, you only have like Fountainport that matters and Ketramose that matters. Your opponent literally doesn't care about anything else you're doing, and the robbery, of course. So they don't really have to sweat too much of what we're doing. So blue-white control, if you see a lot of that in the meta, don't play this deck. But if there's a lot of graveyard-centric decks or other mid-range decks, I think you can compete with the other mid-range decks with your value engine here. And it's fun. I mean, you're doing a unique thing. Sometimes you just hose people with the random graveyard elements your opponent's not expecting. It's a cool deck, and check it out if that's the metagame you see, or if this is just the type of deck you want to play. But it was fun, and as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.